And most of all, we keep it real. My name is Antonia.
And I'm Mackenzie.
And we have a special guest,
Miss Julia Burns. Okay, so Miss Ebony, what's our topic for today?
The topic for today is... Anybody want to take a wild guess?
Youth of the Year.
Yes, it is Youth of the Year. So, ladies, I want to know your experience in Youth of the Year. I want to know what it was like before, during, and after. I know there might be some teens watching now who are curious about, maybe should I run for Youth of the Year?
Excuse me?
Oh, and if y'all don't know, Mackenzie is the 2022 Youth of the Year, and I'm the 2023 Youth of the Year. Big round of applause to us. So, Mackenzie, let's get started with this topic.
What do
All
you
right.
want to know?
She said before, during, and after.
Start with the before.
Okay. So, we had different experiences running for Youth of the Year. My prepping was very hasty. I got my essay topics like the month before. I had to write all my stuff like all super quick. I wasn't really running against that many people, and I still kind of felt like the underdog in the situation. But I guess I was prepared enough for the prep, as I got it. So.
What about you?
Well, unlike Mackenzie, I had months to prepare for Youth of the Year. I think we started preparing in September or October, if I'm not mistaken. We was given 3 different topics: club experience, personal growth, and what matters to me most. And that's not during. That's before. Okay, yeah, that's before. So yeah, I just prepared, did the essays, and wrote my speech.
So, like, was y'all's preparation hard, or was it kind of like it's like a smooth ship sailing?
Well, for me, I was getting kind of worked up because I had to write the essay, show my mentor, write it again, show her again, and just keep doing it until I got it right. And that was making me aggravated a little bit because what am I not doing right that you don't like about me? So that's the only thing for me.
I wouldn't say it was hard, but it wasn't easy trying to sum up your experience into. We had a max of 2 pages, and because we've been here for so long, it wasn't really easy for me to sum up my entire club experience into 2 pieces of paper, let alone a 3-minute speech. So it wasn't hard, but it definitely wasn't easy.
Challenging.
Yeah.
Now, during day of the speech.
So the day that I got the title, it was kind of alarming. It was kind of overwhelming for me also. Because like I said, I kind of felt like the underdog in my year because of the people that I was running against. Even though there weren't a lot of people hearing what they had to say and reading their stuff, they were really good. So I felt like the underdog in my situation, going up on the stage. Was really nervous. And I was the last one, so it didn't make it any better. But once they called my name, all of that kind of shed off, and I could finally feel the relief or the joy or be proud of myself, like all the staff were saying I was going to be. Like, I didn't feel that before. But as soon as they said that I got I kind of felt elated. And then during my year of having the title, I got to do a bunch of different things, like with the club and outside of the club. After I got off of the stage, sure, they took pictures of me, I got my check, but then people were just coming up to me, handing me their business cards, asking me to come speak at their own events, individual, to the Boys and Girls. Individual? Anyway, their own events outside of the Boys and Girls Club that had nothing to do with the club, just hearing me speak. They wanted me to come and speak for their organization or come speak to their school. So I did a lot of things with the club, but I did more things outside of the club that I'm really grateful for, because I know I wouldn't have gotten these opportunities without the Youth of the Year experience. I got, of course, a scholarship from Youth of the Year, but then I also got 3 other scholarships outside of that from the people that were just watching. So I would say, if you're doing Youth of the Year, the process of going through it, sure, it may be hard. Once you have the title, sure, it may be a lot of pressure, but you do get a lot of stuff out of it. So I'm grateful for mine.
My experience was kind of rough because I had basically like a person that was messing with me or like bringing me down during the whole situation. Every day that person would like pick with me, say that I'm not gonna win, I'm not gonna make it. Hopefully I'm ready to run next year because I'm not winning this year, stuff like that. And it really got to me in the inside because I'm a sensitive person, but I don't really show my emotions that much. But all of that just built up into me taking it and saying, I don't care what you say anymore. Well, they say anymore. Yeah, so the night that they announced the winner, it was very emotional. I cried on the stage because I just thought all of that peer pressure, all of that just built up into me winning. And yeah, and it's not really over yet for me because I just won, so I can't really tell you my after what I've done. But I did go to Georgia, Atlanta, to the Capitol, and to the National Building for Georgia's State Youth of the Year, and I became a finalist. And yeah, and Mackenzie also went with me. She read her speech. She read a poem that she wrote during her whole Youth of the Year process.
So, another question for both of y'all. Another question for both of you guys. What was the most challenging part, or what was like the scariest part of like the whole process?
Learning how to, the most challenging part was learning how to keep my composure. Like I said, when the person was messing with me, learning how to keep my composure because I didn't want to like show that I was mad or show any anger towards the person because that probably would mess me up in the long run. So I just kept my composure. I was quiet and I didn't really say much back. And I spoke to my mentors about it and they talked to me and kept me cool throughout it.
I'd say the most challenging part for me. Well, I would say it would have been speaking, but that's gotten better as I've had the title. But that got better. The first time was horrible, but it got better. But now I would say the most challenging part, looking back on it, was speaking up for the things that I wanted to do, like actually being assertive in my position because, like I said, they ask you to do a lot of things. And, I'm the kind of person that'll just be like, yeah, I'll do it, sure. To, like, get money for the club. I did the Rotary tours, or to get recognition from this one guy to come to the burger battle. I had to go and talk at his event. I had to go to different clubs and talk to them, but there was a lot of stuff that I really didn't want to do because I do have other obligations outside of the club. And so at one point, it was to the point where I missed 2 of my track meets. I missed a show that I was in. I missed my student council meetings to come be with the club because, I was the Youth of the Year. They're like, you're the face of the club. You kind of have to be an ambassador for it. But just really knowing what you want to do and staying true to who you are and, knowing that you have the ability to say no. That was the hardest part for me then. Now, I would gladly tell y'all no. But, yeah. Okay. And then, Anson, I can't really speak for her after because, like she said, she's still Youth of the Year. But my after, I'm having a ball. I still get to do. I don't get to do all the things that Anson and I gets to do, but because I had a COVID year, I was online for my entire run. So, like she said, I got to go to the Capitol with her. I got to do my poem at her event. I got to come to her actual Youth of the Year coronation thing. I got recognized by the National Brand Ambassadors, and that's what I'm doing now. I get content for the clubs. And I'm still getting speaking opportunities at schools and stuff. So, my after is great.
Okay, so my question for both you guys together, because I have been thinking about running for Youth of the Year next year. what is some advice you both would give me, knowing like kind of what you guys went through during the process, like the bullying part of it, and the, just the process in general? What advice would you guys give me?
Would you like to go first?
Lord, that's my stomach.
I told you I'm hungry. You don't believe me.
That's crazy. Wow.
You don't. I told you I was hungry. You don't want to take me something to eat.
In your face. She said.
Can we catch this on camera? Oh.
Okay.
Can we get something to eat after?
Yes.
You gotta repeat the question.
Okay.
You gotta wait 5 seconds.
Y'all can just keep going.
Okay.
If it happens, then just keep going.
Yeah.
So knowing that I want to run for next year, youth of the year, what is some advice you both will give me during the situations you both went through with the peer pressure from someone messing with you and the process in general? What would you give me?
Let your haters become your motivators.
Amen.
I would say just stay humble. It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot of people uplifting you, putting you in the spotlight. Giving you, not that they're false ideas, but like telling you that like you're, like this big bright star on the face of the girls, woo woo. But just stay humble, because if said person was humble, that situation wouldn't happen. There were people at the headquarters for the Youth of the Year event didn't have any humility. And you can see it in somebody when they've gotten big-headed. So I just say stay humble. And remember why you want to run. Yeah.
That's some good advice.
And remember, it's not just about the money. You have to actually want to do it. Don't just do it because you know you're getting an incentive out of it. Do it because you actually want to make a change in the club or a change in the community, not just for the scholarships or for the money.
I think that's very important for all of you ladies to take that. Doing something, even just in life in general, doing something because you have the passion for it, and not because,
You're getting something out of it.
yeah, not because you're getting something out of it. So, Juice, can we look forward for you to run next year?
Yes.
She still got it though.
I'm gonna try.
I think it's great that you want to do it, and I think that with now. So my question to you is, how are you going to prep now that you got all this great advice from prior Youth of the Year? How are you going to prep?
Just kind of have my ducks in a order. If that makes sense. Kind of just get everything. I wouldn't even say get everything ready, but just kind of think back to like my motivation and just everything really, like my experience with the club, like y'all said, and just everything in general. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense to me.
makes sense to me. All right. I think this was a really good topic, and I do want to give you some shine, Antonia, for really staying your ground and staying humble as you had other people may have gotten in your ear. I think that was really a big girl thing of you to stay humble. Snaps.
Maturity rocks.
Yes, hashtag
Lord,
maturity.
she said hashtag.
Wait.
It is hashtag.
Same thing.
It's hashtag. Hashtag on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hashtag.
Can we?
Okay, guys, that wraps up our topic about Youth of the Year. Special thanks to Jalea for being our special guest on our show today.
Get some Sean.
Enough. Anyways, if you have any more questions, you can contact me and Mackenzie on our social media, BGC from Home or BGC of Greater Augusta.
Okay.